about conflict and standing up to the forces of evil. In that, her first public speech, a 14-year-old Princess Elizabeth spoke on the BBC Radio's Children's Hour in 1940 as the German Luftwaffe and the Royal Air Force fought in the skies during the Battle of Britain. Her message, an effort to calm British children and offer comfort.
And when peace comes, remember, it will be for us, the children of today, to make the world of tomorrow a better and happier place.
In her 70-year reign, Queen Elizabeth participated in many important White House traditions and met more U.S. presidents than any other foreign head of state. Well, don't go on Smart TV. Have a great night. We are back at 10, and we hope to see you then.
Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 6 o'clock news. From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 6 o'clock news.
We want to know what happens with our friends Kate.
Now at 6, 2 USF doctoral students dead and courtroom drama surrounding their accused killer. How the victim's friends are calling for justice.
What I do know is Kevin is innocent. He did not do this.
37 years in prison for a crime his lawyers say he did not commit. A Largo man's desperate fight to prove his innocence. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Cato, in for Mark Wilson.
And I'm Allie. Thanks for being with us. Well, no bond for the man accused of murdering 2 USF doctoral students. A judge today ordered Hisham Abu Gharbi to stay behind bars at least until his trial. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is live at the Hillsborough County Courthouse tonight. Aaron, tell us what happened in court today. I saw there were a lot of friends in there.
Yeah, Allie, friends packed into the courtroom alongside Hillsborough County State Attorney Susie Lopez. However, the suspect was not in the courtroom.
I'll grant the state's motion for pretrial detention.
Hisham Abu Gharbi's absence during his hearing hung over the courtroom. He wasn't there to hear a judge order him held with...
Now at 10, questions over USF's off-campus housing after a man with a violent past allegedly killed his roommate. And a woman, the demand for accountability after complaints were made without change.
Why? After 40 years? Good heavens.
An 83-year-old woman is being threatened with legal action over a shed that's been in her yard for decades. Hear from her about what she plans to do.
We would probably call Palmetto the Phoenix, the rise from the ash.
The city of Palmetto is taking off. We're looking into the wave of development coming to the area.
You're watching Fox 13, and the 10 o'clock news starts now.
Good evening. I'm Chris Cato, in for Mark Wilson.
And I'm Allie. Thanks for being with us. Well, no bond for the man accused of killing 2 USF doctoral students. Hisham Abu Gharbi was not present in court today for the judge's ruling. Last Friday, you can see here, Abu Gharbi was arrested at his family's home near USF following a standoff with Hillsborough County deputies. He's accused of murdering Zamil Lamone and Nahida Bristi. Both are 26-year-old doctoral students from Bangladesh. The suspect and Zamil were roommates at an apartment complex near the university. Court documents reveal investigators found blood from both victims in that apartment, along with some of the discarded belongings and clothing. Detectives indicated that they were able to retrace the movements of Abu Gharbi's vehicle, ultimately leading them to Zamil's body. His remains were found Friday in a trash bag near the Howard Franklin Bridge. And over the weekend, a second set of remains were found in a similar bag in the water near I-275 in St. Pete. Those remains have not yet been identified. Following the hearing this morning, the state attorney and the victims' friends spoke about the case.
It is not acceptable and something that we are shocked that the place that is our safe place, our home, our own rooms, our own kitchens, they were murdered there and I don't know. There's no words for that.
Starting on Friday morning, when I stood on the bridge, there were FHP, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Everyone's been working together because we have had one common goal, and that was to bring justice to these friends and families of these two USF students. Now, according to investigators, the suspect purchased garbage bags and duct tape several days before the victims disappeared. He's also accused of asking ChatGPT several suspicious questions, like what happens if a human is put in a black garbage bag and thrown in a dumpster? Prosecutors will now take the case to a grand jury next month for a formal indictment. Well, tonight there are calls for accountability, transparency, and change when it comes to USF housing, and questions as to whether this double homicide could have been prevented. Zamil's family says he complained about concerning behavior from his roommate, but nothing was done. Let's bring in our Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis explaining more on how students are petitioning both the apartment complex, Genevieve, and USF to really reevaluate their housing safety after this.
Yeah, absolutely, Allie. I mean, really the central questions here are, could this tragedy have been prevented, and how did a brilliant PhD student end up with a roommate with a violent criminal history who was no longer a USF student? Those questions central to the families and to students now that are petitioning the school and asking for accountability and answers.
They either don't conduct criminal background checks or they're inefficient.
USF